how I elevated this $2 laundry basket into a beautiful faux pot vessel. Stay tuned. Please excuse the volume in some of the clips, adjust as needed. How this $2 laundry basket will become a stone pot. Let's get right into it. So I didn't buy a vase or a pot for this faux ficus tree. I know, I'm going to show you the clip. It's not a tree right now, but it will become a tree. I removed all of the branches that were here. They were pretty sparse, but I removed all of them, the ones that were able to be preserved. Then I put them in the area to get a good washing, a good cleanup, of course, because if you buy anything pre-loved, you want to clean it up really, really well. And once I did that, this is the tree that I am going to transform, and then it came in this pot. Nice pot, of course, it's gold. Chanel, she loves me gold. The pot is very short. I did not want a small pot, hence this project. This $2 basket is about to get the transformation of a lifetime. So the real moment here is not what I bought, it's what I didn't buy, but a pot. I wanted height, not like the one that it came in, the tree. I wanted present. The height will give me that. Visual weight. This basket is going to give me that, the visual weight that an average pot would give you. Add a clip here of what you normally would see, maybe a faux tree in, and one that I saw at the local home goods store. $69.99. Now this was a challenge for me. So I challenged myself on this day, which was something that was going through my mind. And you know, I love a good do-it-yourself project, using my hands and just creating whatever I can. Because of course I could have ran out and bought a pot. But why do that? That is simply so expected, right? So instead I ask myself a question. What if I use something completely unexpected and totally different to create a pot for a tree? I don't know if I've ever seen it done, which I haven't. So that was my challenge. What could I find? So again, this project is not about simply adding decor or buying decor. This project is about how you challenge yourself with simple projects, which is something I would love for you all to do as well. And just realizing that you don't always have to buy more in order to elevate more. So stay with me. Some of the supplies, of course, you'll definitely need for a project like this, because I am going to be using paper. So I will need a glue gun to glue down the paper. And the paper that I will be using, you can use some packing paper, comes on a roll, or butcher block paper, craft paper on a roll. Whatever type of paper that you can get your hands on that is large, that can cover your entire basket. One of those moments where I can say, do as I say and not as I do, because you don't have to use this exact paper. You can use any type of paper to cover your surface, as you will see me do going forward. But this is what I had on hand, because everything that I'm using here, I actually already had on hand. If you don't want to save money, go out and purchase you a vase or a pot. I'm simply showing you here for those who may want to get a little bit more creative, but I just like to have a little fun and again challenge myself in ways that I haven't in the past. You're going to need glue sticks. I'm using the Gorilla brand hot glue sticks. They are excellent, as well as to make it look like stone, I'm going to be using, which we have used before in other projects, is drywall compound, the drywall mud. We will use that along with, of course, having your basket or whatever object it is that you may use. You can use a lampshade. There are different objects that you can use. Getting creative with creating your vessel that you're going to use to place your faux tree inside of. So first things first, we're going to take our paper, take the basket, and we're going to have to lay the basket down, put the paper on the inside. I'm going to take the paper, measure it from the inside all the way in, and glue it down from the bottom to the top. You can use scissors for this portion and cut it, or you could simply just tear it. So I start at the bottom. Go ahead and add some glue along the bottom portion. Down inside of the base. And then gonna take some more glue. Go ahead and glue it on this portion on the top. Go around the entire perimeter of the basket and fill it in with the paper. Cut a couple of strips, exact size. All the way around and fill it in the whole. Real moment here. This is the part of the video where I turned off the mic and cried. Not because I didn't love the project, because I absolutely did, I do, but because doubt has a way of just simply showing up quietly, even in the middle of the work you actually believe in. And for me, the questions came really fast at that moment. Will this be seen? Am I doing too much? Will this be misunderstood as a quick little cheap DIY? And then I reminded myself of why. For me, I always remind myself of the why. Why am I doing this? Why am I in this place? What is this for? This has always been for me about giving what I've gathered over the years, my creativity, my skills, my experiences, and sharing them with you all. Everything I make, every project I take on comes from a lifetime of working with my hands and my mind, my creativity. I have learned along the way, and I love to share. I could have easily kept these moments to myself, this moment to myself, this project to myself, because I do countless projects around my home that I never share on camera. But I share because I know there are people who are watching who don't have large budgets, or who simply love and enjoy creating the way that I do, thinking through a problem, using what's available, or just turning something very little into something beautiful. That's when I stopped the spiral. I did. I took those thoughts captive in that moment, because you really have to take those thoughts captive when they start to creep in into your mind. Brought myself back to the center, put on some music, and I went back to work, not trying to prove anything, just doing what I know how to do. Now that the pot is done, the pot is drying, I'm going to work on the actual tree. Now, most of you probably have seen a video, but this is Chanel's way. So if you want to continue watching, that is perfectly fine. So when I purchased this tree, I removed several of the existing ficus branches that were initially on the tree. So after I cleaned them and let them dry thoroughly, they are now ready to be added to the tree. The tree felt very sparse when I initially purchased it. So I am going to add a few more to improve the overall look of the tree. First, some fresh new branches, ficus branches, and these are those. I'm going to pair them with some of the old ones as well to give it a color variation as well, because as you can see here, these are green and they have the darker shades, the lighter shades on each one of the branches, as well as these are mostly all darker shade green, which will give it a more realistic appearance. Total, I only purchased 11. Just with the 11, how full they appear already. Now the goal here is not to have a heavily covered tree. Didn't want it sparse, but I didn't want it excessively heavy in appearance. So in other words, full enough to feel substantial, but without feeling overly crowded, which is the goal I'm going for. So for this step, I'm going to be using my drill, which is my trusty DeWalt drill, which I absolutely enjoy using. It is an excellent weight very easy to handle. I like that the nose of it is very sharp, easy to handle, very compact. I'll use this to create the additional openings on the tree, because when you initially purchase a tree like this, most likely the branches are going to, now the newer ones have them where you can take them apart. This is an older tree, an older model. And so the branches glued in place. Once you start removing them, a portion of the stem ends up staying inside of the hole. Drill some new holes, place the new branches inside of. We'll be cutting down some of these branches, move them around, and give again a substantial effect, but not overcrowded. So I'm going to be using my drill bits, and they are also by the brand, in case if anybody wants to know, I'll leave a link, by the brand DeWalt. They are an excellent little set. It's small, it's compact, it comes in its own case, easy to handle. Switch out your drill bit. These are used for drilling holes. So once the holes are drilled in, I'll use my glue gun, set them in place. One quick tip here to remember: if you do a project such as this, when you drill your holes, drill them in at an angle. This allows the branches to fall naturally as you would see them in nature. Even though it's a faux tree, we want to get as realistic as possible. I don't want to get at the actual size of the branch. I don't want it to be too loose once I place the branch inside of the hole. Confining it more top rather than filling it in all at the body. I am really liking the outcome of what it is looking like. It's taking shape beautifully. I'm going to add just a couple of more branches. Then we'll go ahead and pot it with the $2 basket. So as you see now, I have finished the tree. I absolutely love the shape. It's more of a round shape. I am delighted with the outcome of what it looks like. So here is the finished pot, and it just has a simple stone-like effect. I didn't do anything too extravagant. I didn't want to smooth it out. I like the texture. I only did 2 coats, and then I went in with the sandpaper and smoothed out some of the rough portion with a paint that is a chalk paint. Color is called plaster. Off-white, has a very creamy feel. It has a hint of beige to it. Soft, it's very subtle, adding the different textures and colors along with it. Eventually I may go along and add some extra color, some shading effect to it, but for now, as it stands, I absolutely love it the way that it looks. So we're going to go ahead and put the pot, place the pot, the actual tree, down inside of the pot, the greenery, the moss, to finish the entire look. So again, now I'm going to go ahead and fill in around the base of the tree. I'm going to fill it to the top portion so I can top it off with the moss. And here is the final look. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you all for the next one. I'm including this clip from the local home decor store. The ficus tree here, $129 in a small planter. The planter was actually $79.99. I misquoted earlier. My total for the entire project, $22 with a $2 basket. Later, I'll go back and do some extra work to my faux vessel with the basket. But for now, I absolutely love it.